Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. Caramba, big up to everyone that's locked in. And today we got a special show. We got a Champions League show. Obviously, the draw was out today. Omar, what are you telling me, bro? Barcelona fan, what are you telling me? You good?
Hey, man. Happy to be here, man. Wow, it's been a while since we've done one of these shows, man. I'm happy to be invited back to the channel, man. Appreciate you for always having me. Always happy to be here.
Nah, man, love every single time, man. Big up to Omar every single time. And the guy that's celebrating right now, you know what I mean, cutting shapes as he's eating biscuits. You know what I'm saying? The guy that...
No biscuits, bro. Queso, mate. Queso manchego, bro.
Oh, queso,
no
yeah? Queso time now, yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
Mate. The cheese, mate. I'm bringing the Spanish cheeses, mate. Wait, hold up. Let me mute this.
Look at this.
Put it on. The cheese is here, mate.
Oh, my days. The guy that supports the club, no one can really chat to. Big up, end the stream, Dave. What are you saying, bro? You good?
I'm absolutely fantastic. I have moved to Madrid. I'm here officially. I done my first video outside the stadium today. I had an absolute nightmare of a day because I was traveling to the stadium and I found out I didn't have no SD card. I found it was actually at home. It's broken in two. And literally, yeah, it was absolutely a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. And do you know what? Yeah, I just made it work. I went to the store. I got another SD card. Trying to find a store without no battery. And then, yeah, paid £95 for a bloody SD card and a bloody USB cable. Wait, whatever, mate. Yeah, it was a Leica store. But anyway, we move. I was outside. I did my video, obviously the official announcement that I'm there. And this Sunday, I'm going to the match, obviously, against Girona. I've got the plug. I've got the season ticket plug. I'm ready to do games. I can't do vlogging, obviously, inside the stadium because of certain La Liga rules. I'm not going to bloody cancel the channel. But what I'm going to do is bring you pre and post-match content. So I'm loving life. I'm in Madrid. I'm loving life. And I cannot wait, people. I cannot wait. But big up, obviously, to Omar. Big up to Northside. And thank you very much for having me on the show.
Nah, big up, man. Every
No
single
worries.
man. The links
No worries.
to the guys' channels is in the titles. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're supporting the man. Them. Let's start with Real Madrid.
Yo.
I mean, they've been the most impressive so far in the Champions League. Let's start with Madrid. Go on, Dave. Chat to us about Madrid. And I did watch the game, and I did do a match reaction. What was your thoughts on Real Madrid against City?
Actually, obviously, you just said we were the most impressive. I don't think we were the most impressive, actually. Throughout the table, we weren't the most impressive. We were one of the probably the worst big clubs in Europe to come short, including with Bayern Munich and probably Dortmund as well. We weren't the most impressive there, but we turned up against Man City. We turned up against them. Second leg especially. First leg, I was actually disappointed. I don't know why people got on my case. Maybe I understand why, because we went away from home at the Etihad. We played not out of first gear, literally, and we still beat them. But that's Manchester City this season. They weren't the best. They are not being the best. I was fearful going into the match the second leg because they absolutely smashed Newcastle. But we know when we come up against La Liga sides, you come up against Barcelona, you come up against Real Madrid, you come up against Atletico Madrid, it's a different ball game. There's always going to be an element of you're playing one of the best sides in Spain. These guys are going to have the control of the ball. And we pretty much outpassed Man City. We destroyed them every part of the pitch. We pressed them well. We were much better pressing than we did in the first leg. And honestly, what a performance. Yes, it was a weaker Man City. Yes, they didn't have Erling Haaland, obviously. But at the end of the day, who came out on top? We beat Fraudiola. We beat him again. And then, yeah, that's what happened, you know. That's the situation. I don't know how Omar thinks about me calling him Fraudiola because he's probably your best manager in recent history. My actually favourite manager of Barcelona is actually Johan Cruyff, but that's another story for me to tell because I'm a 90s boy. But for me, I actually love the way that we play. We absolutely destroyed man. I didn't actually see it coming, but Mbappe's hat-trick, just crowning moment, obviously, across the match. And I'm really, really happy for him because every single fan in La Liga, even teams that have actually bloody don't even support Real Madrid, were actually cussing him out like for the first like few months, yeah, like saying what's this Mbappe? This is not Mbappe that we know. Yeah. Do you know that performance against Man City reminded me of him against Argentina in the final of the World Cup? It was very, very similar, where he actually stole the show completely. And that pass from Asensio, who's been one of our shining lights across the season. Unreal. Yeah, Mbappe, just quick glance, boom, over the top, over Ortega's head. And this third goal, that left foot strike was absolutely unreal, yeah? So, I don't think we're up the level. Yeah, I obviously had in the video earlier after the draw, the reaction to getting Atletico Madrid and then potentially seeing an El Clasico final. We're going to probably talk about it during the podcast, so I don't want to spoil it. But the potential for an El Clasico final is going to motivate Real Madrid big time. It's going to motivate Barcelona big time. Never seen before in the Champions League. Barcelona have big teams to face. Obviously, your team, Northside, Benfica. Yeah, first up. And that's a tough match, yeah? And then they've got the possibility of facing other teams across the way, like, for example, Bayern Munich and others. So let's just see how it unfolds. But Man City, amazing performance, and I'm really, really happy about that match. Obviously, the best match of the season for us so far.
I hear that. Before we get more into Real Madrid, big up to Chris, man. You know what I'm saying? 10 months as a member. Big up to you, man. Getting close to a year in Northside. Stay strong, mate. Keep working at it. Big up to you, man. I appreciate that, bro. Very, very, very kind of you to say that, man, and to support the channel. So big up to you, man. I really appreciate that. Real Madrid, bro. I watched the game. You lot were cooking. Bro, Rodrigo 1v1, bro. That guy is a different animal, bro. Even Ceballos played really well as well, man. The way he was dictating play as well, dropping in deep, giving the goalkeeper another option, and he was just running the whole tempo of the game and of your midfield. The way you guys were set up as well, structurally, for the first 15, 20 minutes when Man City, you just let them have the ball. But that midfield was just winning the ball back excellently. Bellingham as well, the work rate he was doing to win the ball back.
Yeah.
And, bro, I think even Tchouaméni, bro, on the half turn, he was cooking. Outside of the boot, pass over the top to Mbappe as well. Cold. Absolutely cold, man. And Mbappe, for everything he's been, criticized for, this is the level, man. He knows what the level and what is expected for him going to Real Madrid, man. And I think maybe now he's starting to get it. Because the way he took those goals, man, Foden on his ass, Vardial on his ass, like, it was crazy. Valverde, bro. The passing range from Valverde as well, man. The guy is...
he's amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
He's amazing.
Top
One thing about
Yeah.
Ceballos that you mentioned, yeah. I was doing the watch along with Lee, obviously with him, and I stayed with Lee for a bit. And what I mentioned about Ceballos was just look at him for 5 minutes in the match. Yeah, just look at him. The way that he moves, the way that he operates in midfield, he's just improved like massively. I don't know where it's come from, this kind of Ceballos, but the way he scans his area and looks at potential dangers and potential threats. This is the kind of guy that should be in our midfield consistently every single game. Yeah? Valverde does that. So Ceballos needs to occupy that kind of role with Tchouaméni. Obviously, Tchouaméni plays as deeper. Tchouaméni plays as a 6. But Ceballos operating in the 8 role as well helps out massively. So He cut out so many opportunities for Man City that weren't even realised by fans. I gave him a 9 out of 10 in my match rating because he was one of the best players on the pitch. Valverde alongside him, Asensio alongside him. Mendy had an outstanding game. Rudiger had an outstanding game. Bloody hell, everybody. You couldn't fault Tchouaméni, probably the best performance of the season for him so far. And then Vinny, outstanding as well. The thing about Vinny that I really like, and sometimes it gets on my nerves, yeah? And I'm sure Omar can agree with this with Yamal as well, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
They're very direct players. They like to run direct at the defence, and they have the attitude that nobody's going to stop them, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's what Yamal offers for Barcelona, and that's what Vinny offers for Real Madrid. Rodrigo's a bit different. Rodrigo, you see his positioning. He likes to occupy a little bit more the hole behind Mbappe, towards the right-hand side, and play more with the midfielders. That's his role, yeah? We were playing more of a 4-4-2 flat formation. Yes, on paper, it looks like Rodrigo's on the right. But the way that Rodrigo operates that little pocket just between Mbappe and the midfield, yeah, is excellent. And he needs to do that consistently with Bellingham, yeah, especially in the Champions League. Obviously, Bellingham's out for the first leg because of his suspension, but his yellow card, obviously, in the last game. But ultimately, those kind of players, they need to perform. And Vinny frustrates me because sometimes when he's a direct, he loses concentration. He lacks the ball retention that someone like, for example, Yamal has. Yamal, when he gets the ball, is literally on his foot like glue. Yeah? When Vinny has the ball, sometimes he likes to kick it long and just try and do some bozo stuff sometimes, yeah?
Accelerate,
And
basically.
Exactly. So trying to use his pace to make for the lack up of maybe how he can control the ball closely. So that with Mbappe, but you see the difference now, yeah? When you look at Real Madrid, the main differences now from 4 months ago is that Vinny and Rodrigo are much wider than they used to be. You see Vinny occupying a lot of Mbappe spacing. That can't happen. When he does that, Mbappe loses it. He just does it. Mbappe needs a whole area around him to ensure that he's playing well. Yeah? And give him space because Bellingham is the creator for him. Vinny is also, Rodrigo is also. But Vinny frustrated me, but last game performed excellently. So going back to my original point, I really want to see Madrid perform like this consistently. If they perform like this consistently, they can do well in La Liga. We need to keep in touch with Barcelona. That's the first thing. The problem with that is that Barcelona play us towards the end of the season. I think it's 4 to 5 games towards the end. That's going to be tough. We're going to Barcelona. We're going to the Camp Nou, and we're going to try. We're going to struggle. Yeah, I've got to be honest. So we need to hope that they slip up. Yeah? If they don't, I'm slating Real Madrid for the past few performances, and I have been. But let's see how it is. But obviously, Man City, a great performance again. And yeah, Vinny just needs to keep this consistency. Mbappe, same. Rodrigo, the same, and the whole team. When the whole team is above an 8 out of 10, Real Madrid are one of the best teams in the world. You cannot keep up with us because we have this certain intensity. Do you know when we want to score and perform well? We build up the intensity. We can raise second to fifth gear immediately. You see? So I just want to see that more often from Real Madrid. But yeah, Barcelona are flying at the moment, and yeah, they got an easier route to the final in the Champions League draw. So I don't know what Omar thinks about this, but I'll take it back to you, Northside.
No, I wanted to ask Omar, and then I want to ask you, Dave. Omar, what do you make of Real Madrid facing Atletico, the derby within the Champions League? I mean, you're a Barca fan. You watch obviously all the teams in La Liga. What do you make of the draw, man? Do you think it's like, for me, as somebody that only watches the big games of La Liga and the highlights, not always watching all the games, I still feel like Real Madrid is their competition. They're going to find a way by hook or by crook. They're going to turn up and they're going to get over the line. Or do you think I'm wrong? Do you think Atletico could actually upset Real Madrid? What do you make of that draw?
It's Madrid in the Champions League. I'm gonna be real. I said it before, man. Madrid in the Champions League. There's something about that Champions League nights. It's like when they hear that Champions League theme, they just turn Super Saiyan. I'm being dead serious. It's not even a joke. I'm telling you guys, there's something about that Champions League song. It just changes their mindset. Because I'm telling you now, I watch Madrid every week in the league. Then I watch them in the Champions League. Bro, it's night and day whenever I see these two teams. It's like watching two teams playing. It's like, bro, that's why sometimes with Dave, you can see it whenever, like in his match reactions, right? It's like, I don't understand why we play one way in Europe, but then we play differently in the league, right? It's like, the way they played against City, that was the best performance I'd seen from Madrid this season. It was, the City had no chance.
The best performance that I've seen since we beat Barcelona last year 4-1. It's the best performance. It's the best performance since
basically then. And you know what's crazy? Because I've been saying this about Madrid this season when it comes to the big games, right? They have won games, but they have not really been convincing. This game against City, there was no point where I felt like Madrid were in trouble. Like, they scored very early, and you just mentioned it. That first goal, Raul Asensio's pass was, bro, that was a Busquets kind of pass, bro. Defensive midfielder kind of. Like, you don't expect center backs to be able to make passes like that, bro. One pass completely split the defense. And Mbappe has had a slow start, but I think that now we're seeing him beginning to really understand when to make his runs, where to be. You saw it in the game, right? He was moving out to the left in the point when Rodrigo was trying to go, was in the middle. You saw him go out wide. He was covering, and he was working so well, that front three, right? And I said it before. I was like, listen, at the end of the day, when it comes to Mbappe, yes, you can laugh at him now, but the thing is, he's here to stay. And eventually he's going to learn. If he learns how to play against his teammates, when his teammates are going to make those breakthrough passes, when Vinny and Rodrigo are going to make moves where he should be, it's going to be peak. And that's what happened in that game against City. He was at the right places at the right time, every single time, and it worked out perfectly, right? He absolutely dominated. That was his best performance in a Madrid shirt, right? Absolutely, 10 out of 10. But I'll say this. Against Atleti, they have, like, when it comes to Europe, bro, Real Madrid always have Atleti's number in the Champions League every season. Like it never fails. Like, bro, have they ever knocked Madrid out of the Champions League? I don't think it's never happened.
I don't remember.
It's never happened, bro. In the best version of Atleti, they beat them in 2 Champions League finals and I think they knocked them out from 2014 all the way to 2018 or 2017, right? They played Madrid every season, and every time they got beaten by Madrid, right? And that's, for me, honestly, when it comes to me, Real Madrid in Champions League are different beast. And I said this during the group stage, because I said this to people. When it comes to Madrid in the Champions League, they don't start well. They never, bro, it's very rare for Madrid to actually start the Champions League well and then continue like that. They usually have a slow start so that everyone can say, oh, Madrid look different this season. They look different this season. But when the knockouts start, that's when you see if this team is actually, they have a chance of winning it. Because when it reaches the knockout rounds, that's when you start to see them play well. We've seen it the past few years. They've won the Champions League. They've had slow starts and still went on to win it when they reached the round of 16. And this is what happened this time around. I was like, listen, this City game, that performance against City tells me this team in the Champions League, they're in Super Saiyan mode. Like I said, they're in that killing mode, that Champions League winning mode right now. So Atletico, I'm telling you guys, it's going to be great. Madrid derby, huge. It's going to be absolutely fireworks. We know that when it comes to Atleti versus Real Madrid. And Simeone has a lot to prove, because every time he's played Madrid, he's been knocked out. So he has a chip on his shoulder. So who knows? Maybe he might. It'll be great for me, because I'll be honest. If Madrid leave the Champions League early, I'm happy about that, because, dude, I'm not gonna lie. As much as I would love to see a El Clasico final, but I don't think my heart will be able to take the game. Bro, I would.
That's the same here. Same here.
I'll be a nervous wreck the whole final. So, bro, it's gonna be.
Dave, do you agree? Do you agree? I mean, Omar's got you guys beating them. I've got you guys beating Atleti. Is there anything you fear about Atleti? Or you think, nah, we'll deal with it?
So the last performance just signifies why Atletico Madrid are so good. And we've seen them already beat Barcelona this season also, yeah? The reason that Atletico Madrid are so good is because they play very compact. They like to play with their 2 banks of 4. Sometimes they have 6 defenders with 2, obviously, midfielders when they defend, and they just like to hit in your break. With Alvarez, with Griezmann, they have an opportunity to punish you if you lack certain intensity, yeah? Last game, Real Madrid, we should have won that, clear, yeah? We didn't finish our chances. That's what happened. First half, we were shambolic. Second half, we were incredible against Atletico Madrid. So we need to see that second half across all 4 halves in the 2 legs against Atletico Madrid, yeah? Because when you play a tense against Atletico Madrid, and Barcelona actually were kind of unlucky probably to not even come up with anything against Atletico Madrid, because they absolutely peppered them pretty much. But if you give Atletico Madrid,
but let's be honest, Dave, that's Simeone though. Simeone doesn't it's like Simeone is one of those managers who, bro, he will let you have all the chances, he will let you have all the ball, he will let you have all the opportunities to score. But you better take those opportunities, because one thing about Simeone is he only needs 1 or 2 opportunities, and that's it. And that's what happened in that game against us. They had little opportunities, and then just like that, they scored the victory.
And what happens is when you have a guy like Sorloth coming off the bench in the bloody 80th minute of the game, you're actually shitting yourself big time. Yeah?
Yep.
Because that guy, huge, humongous figure, yeah? And your players are knackered. And if he's getting into the mixer, if he's getting into the box, and anybody's trying to cross the ball or whatever, or Barrios will do an over-the-top ball to him, or DePaul, or anybody, yeah? We're looking at a team that can punish you at any moment, yeah? Mm-hmm. But the main reason I think Atletico Madrid, are going to get beaten is because this is the Champions League. It's different. They already had the chance in the final to beat us. They didn't take it, yeah? Ramos with a bullet header last minute of the game. And then they just, all their heads dropped. This is different. Atletico Madrid is different this time. Atletico Madrid play nice, attractive football when they can, but they know they don't have the head-to-head in terms of player ability to cope with Real Madrid over 2 games. The only reason why I say Atletico Madrid may have a slight advantage sometime in this match is because we're playing home first. We're playing in the Metropolitano, the away leg. I'm going to both games. So I need to see Real Madrid turn up big time first leg. If we draw at home, I don't think we're going through. We need to win convincingly. We can't even win with a 2-1 or whatever. We need to convincingly win 3-1 or 3-0 or something like that. Yeah? So, the second leg, Atleti, is going to be tough. And another main reason that I want to beat Atletico Madrid is because I want to, and sorry if I swear, I want to fucking batter Arsenal. I swear on my life. I want to batter those absolute morons. I want us to school those guys. That's a main reason I want to be Atletico Madrid, yeah?
I mean, to be fair, Dave, you've only played them once in Europe and they have that record against you.
Yeah,
that's exactly. The thing. They still have that record on your head, man.
I want to get revenge.
That's a different team. Omar, you're not going to do that. That's a different team. You ain't gonna
No. Wait, hold on. No side. His 3 states in the Champions League when Madrid have played Arsenal won. So, you know what? Some of these shameless Arsenal
that's a different team, though, Omar, man.
They want to keep that record alive, bro. They want to keep that record alive. But listen, I'll say this before you continue, Dave, right? Here's the thing. The reason I'm very confident for me that Madrid are going to beat Atleti is because I've seen Atleti, bro, be very weak in the Champions League. I know they kind of did well to finish top 8. But, bro, they played Benfica in the Champions League and they got battered by Benfica. You understand what I'm saying, right? They got battered by Lille at home at the Metropolitano. You understand what I'm saying? So
we got battered by Lille as well, pretty much.
Yeah, but
that's not good.
I know you lost to them, but here's the difference for me, right? The way I've kind of like, you know how basically you guys have started to do well in the Champions League, but in the league you guys have not been taking your chances. They're the opposite. They've been doing well in the league, but in the Champions League they've won games, but they've not really been convincing that much. And that's why for me, I'm like, the way you guys are right now in the Champions, if you continue that run against them in that first leg, I can not only see you guys beating them, I can see you guys giving them I could see a 3-0 in that first leg, which is just gonna mentally mess them up, right? In the second leg, you just probably kind of peter out this second leg. But don't be surprised if you guys actually like give them a real beatdown in that first leg. Do not be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. I do. But do you know what? Going back to my point as well, yeah, that Atletico Madrid, if we beat them, yeah, I'm probably about 85 to 90% sure that Arsenal will beat PSV. Yeah, and you can clip this upcoming moment because I'm going to make a wild statement. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in the UK actually for the Arsenal Real Madrid game if that is the case. Yeah, at the Emirates. We're playing obviously in the Emirates first if we get through and if Arsenal get through. Yeah. Watch the space. If they come here to my hometown now, pretty much. Yeah, and you know the channel called IEFTV. If they're doing fan cams outside the stadium, I swear on my life, and we beat Arsenal, I will literally raid their own fan cam, bruv. I will go in the middle, yeah, and completely dismantle it, yeah. I will make an absolute scene, and I will cook them live on air, every single one of them, yeah. For being yeah, absolutely delusional. Yeah, watch this space. Watch this space. This is what's happening. And Northside, you're gonna get it too, bruv. Yeah, you're gonna get it too, bro. Northside is not happy, bruv. If we actually face you, bruv. He's not happy, bruv. Look at his face. He's worried about Benfica as well because he's playing you, bruv. So he's worried about Benfica, and then he's
can
worried
you
about
imagine
Arsenal.
that, bro? Both of his teams could potentially be going out to the both of us. Now, no side is not going to be wanting to see our faces.
Yeah, but he's not going to want to see
us.
Arsenal, bruv. I tell you what, you do not want to see Real Madrid, especially in a quarter-final of a Champions League. Yeah, you do not want to see us, bro. Yeah, brother. If you pile your bodies forward, yeah, imagine Vinny, Mbappe, and Rodrigo on an absolute direct counter against you, bruv. You're gonna get cooked, mate. You're gonna get absolutely fried, bro.
Calafiori versus
The club,
Vinicius,
innit?
bro.
Dave, if you send for me, I will make you a thumbnail. I'll give you an hour, 30 minutes of cooking. I swear down.
Don't do that.
This club deserves to be cooked. I don't deserve any of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't deserve any of it. But it is where it is, isn't it?
But the mutant fan base, I'm gonna cook them.
The
mutant fan base, I'm gonna cook them, mate. If we beat Arsenal, and if you get through, and we get through, and we beat Arsenal, yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. If we both get through, yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. I see moments where Arsenal could turn up against us, and I see moments where Real Madrid could actually thump Arsenal big time. Yeah, and it's just the route to the final is really hard. Yeah, this is probably the best Champions League draw I've ever seen in my life, by a country mile for Real Madrid.
If you play us, when you beat us, if you play us,
She said when I beat you. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
great confidence, bro. Great confidence.
Bro, what confidence you want me to have, bro? We dropped points to Fulham, Everton this season. We got smashed up by Bournemouth this season. Come on, man. What do you want? I'm not, bro. Come on, man.
And also, let's be honest, Dave. They don't even have their best attack, bro. So how are they gonna score?
Yeah, but Real Madrid sometimes have bozo moments, bro. You've seen it, bro. You've seen it. Like,
yeah.
Atletico Bilbao, even though the score was not that comfortable, they convincingly beat us.
If you have a bozo moment, who's gonna put it in the back of the net for us? Mikel
That's the thing. Who is it?
We'll see. Anyway, we'll see. But the route to the final, I think the route to the final, it goes like this. Yeah, Real Madrid should beat Atletico Madrid, hopefully. Then Arsenal, probably PSV, Liverpool, and I mentioned in my video earlier also Barcelona in the final. I think that is the most likely route to the final. I don't see anybody troubling Liverpool. I've got to be honest. I don't think PSV are going to trouble Liverpool. They're tough, but they're not going to trouble Liverpool.
No, I mean, I disagree. I'm not going to lie.
We have to see, man.
But
this is a different PSV. This is look. Arsenal absolutely battered PSV, but that was a different PSV.
No, I thought you said PSG. I'm sorry.
No, PSV.
PSV, even though they're knocked out.
No, PSG. Sorry, PSG. Liverpool. PSG. My bad. Yeah, PSG. Liverpool.
PSG and Liverpool. Yeah, PSG, bro. I know, obviously, they play Stade Brestois, right? Which is I expected them to beat. I mean, they absolutely battered them. But I'm gonna be very honest. I feel like recently, Enrique has kind of stumbled into the right system to kind of bring the best out of his players, and it's working to a T. Like the attack is so fluid. Like that game against Liverpool is gonna be one to look out for, man. Because the thing with Liverpool is, yeah, they're good going forward, but bro, defensively they have been very vulnerable recently. So that first leg, I think, is it in PSG at the Parc des Princes. That's where the first leg is going to be played, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's
a Parc des Princes.
Yeah.
So watch out for that first leg. Anything could happen. They could easily get battered if they underestimate them. They can, because the way these guys are going forward, the attack, the fluency of the attack, and you saw that game against Brest, right? They scored like 7 goals with 7 different goal scorers. It was ridiculous. It shows you like how clinical they are recently.
Yeah, PSG are a great team, but nah, it's just it's a cloud, bruv. It's a cloud. I think Liverpool Champions League nights, they have something about them. I think Anfield just rock up big time. Yeah. And that's the problem with Real Madrid, because I think it's the only team that can virtually stop us, and Barcelona if obviously we reach the final. Yeah. I don't think Atletico Madrid have the chance to beat us and have the chance to do it. I don't think they will turn up in that occasion. We'll have to see. Yeah, but you know what? I'm full of confidence of us reaching the final. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I'm full of confidence. The only team that I'm really not confident about on the route to the final is definitely Liverpool. It's the only one. But do you know what? This Champions League has brought us full of surprises so far. I'm not surprised if we are faced with more surprises. Yeah, because Real Madrid, I think, the way they're going in the competitions, they can potentially all win all three. Copa del Rey as well, yeah? Because Sociedad, I think we're going to batter them. Obviously, Barcelona have Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey semi-final, which is going to be tough for them. Yeah, 2 legs across them. So, Barcelona, their season is going to heat up now big time as well. Yeah? So, this is a Spanish battle for the finish. I'm telling you right now, these 3 teams in Spain are in front of the rest of the competition, probably maybe bar Liverpool. And that's it. I think they're the top 3 teams in Europe at the moment. The way they play, the way they organize, the way the rhythm, everything they're doing. Yeah. So I don't see any team in Europe stopping these 3 bar Liverpool. Yeah. And it's Liverpool's job to do that. I'm telling you, they are the 3 top teams in Europe. Liverpool probably in the 4th. Yeah. So we need to see how, obviously, Liverpool, if they go through and they beat Real Madrid or whoever they're facing, they'll probably play Barcelona in the final. Yeah. Because, it's going to be interesting. This Champions League draw is so interesting, man. And Barcelona's route to the final. What's Omar? Is it Bayern Munich you've got potentially?
So, we're playing Benfica, obviously. And if we win that game, then we play Dortmund or Lille in the quarterfinals.
Lille's going to be there.
Why'd you say?
I'll get to that. I'll get to that when we talk about Barca. I'll get to that when we talk about Barca. But
we can talk about Barca. We got time. We can talk about Barca.
So in the semifinals, in the semifinals, we could potentially play Bayern or Inter or Feyenoord or Leverkusen.
Inter's going to be a tough.
That's the one we need to look out for. Like, do not underestimate Inter, especially in Europe. Like they have. I'm not saying they're pulling any trees in the tournament, but they've shown themselves to be very difficult to beat. You understand what I'm saying, right? They're a very hard team to beat, right? But look, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. When I saw the draw Northside, right, I was ecstatic. At first, when I saw the draw and I saw our path to the final, I was like, bro, the way we're playing right now, it has to be like, bro. I saw your side of the draw, and I was like, bro, Real Madrid have to go to Arsenal, Liverpool, PSG, all of those clubs. Like, the only teams on paper who could give us a problem is Inter, because Bayern Munich are not exactly pulling any trees in the Champions League right now, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly that.
I see them. They look beatable, right? Leverkusen, they could be dark horses, but I can see us beating them as well, right? Inter could pose a few problems to us, but if we turn up, we can win that game too. But here's the thing with this club, and this is something I've had to deal with for the past 10 years since we won the treble. Every time I raise my hopes when it comes to this club, they somehow always let me down in the worst ways possible. You understand what I'm saying, right? Last season, if you remember, our path to the final was much easier than yours, Dave. You understand what I'm saying? You guys had to go through Bayern Munich. Who did you guys? You played. Who was your route to the final? Leipzig City, Bayern Munich, then Dortmund in the final.
Yes.
We had to go through, I think, Napoli, PSG, who were not having a good season, Dortmund, and then Madrid in the final. If we had to do the final, we were on our way. We beat PSG away, right? And because of basically our head loss in the second leg, we ended up losing the second leg at home, right? Benfica, they're not having a good season. I expect us to beat them, right? Dortmund, they're not having a good season. I expect us to beat them, right? Semifinals is where I'm worried, because if we underestimate Inter or Leverkusen, if one of those two teams makes it in the semifinals, we could potentially bottle. And you've seen us in the Champions League, Dave. When we've underestimated teams, we've bottled it. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And we're good going forward, But defensively, you've seen us this season when we've conceded first, how mentally we don't recover very quickly, right? It's only when we go ahead where things are different, where we are like, when we score, it's like something triggers,
You
it triggers
you
something
have
in this
confidence.
mind
You
when
have
we go.
confidence. Madrid are the
Yes,
same.
you saw it against you guys when we played you in that first Clasico, right? It was tense in that first half. You guys had so many chances, right? When we got our first goal, everything changed. You saw like the tide completely change. We dominated in the end. In the Super Cup, when we was 1-1 and Lewandowski scored from the spot, there was a shift in the tide, and then we just scored like 3 goals in like before the end of that first half because it was overconfidence, and you saw it after we had a sending off. Things changed. We slowed down because we looked like we were gonna go on a rampage before Chesney got sent off in that Super Cup, right? That's been our season. That's why you've seen us win games by 7 goals, 5 goals, 6 goals. You see it all the time. But look at games against teams like Sociedad when we concede first and we don't even have a shot on target the whole game. Look at the games against Las Palmas at home when we've conceded first and we didn't recover on time. Look at the games against Leganes, who were bottom of the table, when we conceded early and we couldn't break them down.
Yeah,
that's been my season. So even against Benfica should have won that game. They bottled it. We won that game because Benfica bottled, not because we played so incredible. They just bottled it. That's why you saw even in the game against Monaco, they tried their best to bottle that game as well. They came into that home game with a lead, and they were doing their best impression to basically bottle that game. If away goals were still existing, they could have easily been knocked out. Because at the end of the day, Monaco were going for it when they went 3-2 up. That's why they conceded that third goal. So we need to make sure that in the round of 16 against Benfica, don't make any stupid mistakes in the back. Because if we don't, I expect us to beat them on both legs. Honestly, right? But if there's one thing my club have shown me is that we are so good at shooting ourselves in the foot. And that's the only reason. And if we don't make it to the final against you guys, Dave, that's going to be the only reason. Because we shoot ourselves in the foot. That's it. But at the end of the day, listen, it's an amazing tie. I'm happy to be where we are because we have an easy route to the final. But am I overconfident? No. Because this club have shown me to never be overconfident with them.
To be fair, you did say that when you beat us 5-4, Benfica. You did say that. You're like, I'm not confident. Going into the game, I'm like, why are you not confident? I'm not confident. And even when, you know what I mean? I understood that, but your firepower obviously got you through in that game. And Benfica are jokers when it comes to the defense. Otamendi, bro, I'd love to flip him, punch that guy in the mouth, bro. I fucking hate that guy, bro. I can't stand him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That flipping 60-year-old pensioner bingo playing flipping B-Tech daddy Yankee looking bitch. I'm tired of that guy. I fucking hate that guy, bro. I swear that I'll choke slam him through this flipping table. I hate that guy, bro. He is shit, bro. And the thing is, he turns around to all, like, young Antonio Silva, he gets the blame. All the youngsters get the blame. Flipping Alvaro Fernandez is the only defender at Benfica that gives me anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? But what can we do? Benfica just jumping around from bum manager after bum manager. You know what I'm saying? We now got the Portuguese Gary Lineker in charge. He's not going to do anything. He ain't going to get us to the promised land. And it's whatever in it. Like, I have no confidence when it comes to Arsenal. Dave trying to gaslight me about, oh, you're going to smash up PSV. Since when? We got the left side of our attack is not doing anything.
Arsenal, the thing about PSV, though, I don't think they have enough to beat you. I think Arsenal's route to the final is not too bad if you look at it on paper. Depends what kind of Real Madrid turn up. Because Real Madrid, I'm not going to gaslight Arsenal, but yeah, if Real Madrid don't turn up against Arsenal, then I'm telling you right now, the striker situation, they could potentially go through by stinking it out completely. Yeah.
Okay, Dave. Okay, Dave. I'm not trying to be biased. Can I just say this?
Man thinks he's gonna have
Dave,
a moment.
This is the thing with the PSV game. First of all, I just want to say this about PSV before we completely rule them out. This game between PSV and Arsenal, we could potentially see an upset. And the reason I'm saying that is not because I'm trying to rattle North or any of the Arsenal fans in the chat. Let me explain. Right now, Arsenal have a lot of problems in their attack. And recently, you guys have been defensively, you've not been good. Like Saliba, recently, you guys have been showing a lot of bozo moments in the defense recently, right? On paper, you guys should qualify against PSV. It should be a foregone conclusion. But I'm telling you guys, we've seen these kind of games in the Champions League a few times, Dave, right? Where I'll give you an example. When we played Roma, right? When Barca played Roma, when Deportivo played AC Milan in 04, games where you're thinking one team should definitely go through, even though we're not underestimating the other team. The other team has just too much power for the other one, right? But for some reason, on that day, the other team turns up. You understand what I'm saying, right? So PSV in that first leg, I think they're at home. If they win that game by, like, let's say 3-1 or something like that, or 2-goal, they go with a 2-goal lead at the Emirates, right? I'm not saying Arsenal won't win the second leg, but with the way their firepower is looking, they could struggle to come back from a 2-goal deficit and potentially be knocked out by a
team. You know what he's trying to do, yeah? This is what Dave's trying to do. And Dave, don't worry, I'm watching you, yeah? I'm watching you. Because you know what he's trying to do? Do you remember how he really felt is what he said? I'm dying to play these lot. Do you think he's dying to play Arsenal because we're playing well or because we're going to do an upset? What he's trying to do, yeah, is, I think maybe there's something in the water. You know what I mean? He's trying to do a Phil Collins. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Not tonight. Feel that. Yeah? You ain't going to guess like me. We ain't doing nothing against Real Madrid. And that's the reality. And we probably, you know what? I actually think we're going to get kicked out of the Champions League by PSV. I don't think this manager tactically has got a clue.
Imagine if you guys get knocked out by PSV.
This guy is trying to get a clippable moment. So if we do go to face Real Madrid, then he can refer back to that and have something to try and cook me, because the whole chat's going to say, why are you cooking Northside? He already told you we ain't going to win the Champions League. That's what he's trying to do. So he ain't going to get away with that one. The left-hand side of our attack is dead. We've got no striker, and Mikel Moreno isn't going to consistently score goals. I don't care if he scored against Leicester. I'm saying. Then you've got a number 10 that has no accountability in Odegaard that's been stinking it out. Omar, you're correct with Saliba. He hasn't been great lately, but neither is Odegaard. But guess what? We've got to play.
Yeah, for sure.
A bench of defenders. We've got no strikers to come off the bench to impact the game. We've got no midfielders to impact the game. If Partey and Rice are having a stinker, which Partey wasn't that great last game, and Declan Rice has been up and down this whole season, we've got nobody to make them accountable. What are you talking about? Dave is trying it, bro.
Wait a sec. Let me land. Okay. Arsenal have conceded the least goal in the Premier League. They've conceded the second least goals in the Champions League group format after Inter. Their defense, regardless if you think of it, whatever you think of it, is good enough to get them through sticky situations. Yeah? I'm not gaslighting Arsenal fans here, but you have a potential to get even through maybe to the semis. There's a potential. Yeah. Will Saka be back by then? I'm not sure. Will he back?
Saka
by the quarterfinal.
April. Yeah, he'll probably be back.
Probably be back, yeah. So if you have Saka back, yeah, and obviously you're lucky that 29 is out anyway. But if you can find someone to put in that position, I'm not talking about Moreno because he's absolutely trash. And I know that because me and Noma have watched Sociedad as well, and we know that he's absolutely dog trash.
Oh my days.
Yeah,
I'm tired of talking about that, brother.
Yes, anyway. So we are looking at it. The situation is the defense could send them through competition. I've seen worse teams win the Champions League. Yeah? I've seen worse. Yeah? I've seen Di Matteo's Chelsea stink it out completely. Yeah? I've seen worse teams, trust me. But we need to look at it face value and said, any team on that left-hand side is a potential winner for the Champions League, maybe bar PSV, maybe par, I don't know, I don't think PSG have the...
I mean, Club Brugge and Villa there, so they're not...
No, Club Brugge and Villa... Club Brugge and Villa are on your side, no? Or our side?
No, they're on their side.
They're on the
They're on
silver
their
side.
side.
Yeah,
They're
they're on our
playing the Liverpool. They're playing the Liverpool PSG winner.
Yeah, but Aston. I tell you what, Emery. I tell you, he's a dark horse for this competition.
He's a dark
Yeah?
horse, but he's probably going to reach the semi-final. If he does well, he could shock Liverpool and play you guys in the semis.
Yeah,
and
exactly. But it's like Aston Villa are like, whoa, like I would put them as the dark horses to even get through to the final anyway. But bar that argument, I think that going back to Arsenal, you have a chance to do something, yeah. But I know Arsenal, and the problem about them, they're going to put all their eggs into the Premier League again, the basket of the Premier League, and they're going to try and go for that. That's what's going to happen. They're not going to take this competition seriously. Arsenal have never taken this competition seriously since 2006. That's it.
Yep.
They have never taken this competition seriously.
I say this all the time, Dave. Like, think about during the Wenger era when they had that team, right? There was some years in the Champions League when the teams like Madrid and Barca and Bayern Munich were not having good seasons. When if they took the Champions League serious, they could have potentially won it. I think about the 04 season when Porto won. I was like, bro, all the big boys were out. And they were trying so hard to go to the invincible season. They didn't even realize they had a golden chance to win the Champions League that season. And they messed it up. You understand what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Also, Dave, can I just say this about Arsenal? If you look at Arsenal in the Champions League, let's be clear. They played PSG, they beat PSG, but let's be real, they beat a PSG team who were still trying to basically find their way.
Disorganized, yeah.
Right, very disorganized PSG team. You saw how they struggled against Atalanta. They drew the game, but dude, they were battered in that game. You saw when they played Inter, they played an Inter team that rotated. They had a game in the weekend against Napoli. They rotated against Arsenal and still beat them. Right? That's the issue. The few times, and also let's be clear, this PSV team, not only have they beaten Juventus, they beat Liverpool in the Champions League. So these guys are giant killers.
Look at our heritage. Even when we was in the Europa League, yeah, we got kicked out to teams like Olympiacos and Sporting and Villarreal and teams like that. And you think I'm going to put it past PSV not being able to knock us out? And we didn't have as many injuries as we had right now, and we got kicked out against those teams. So at the end of the day, bro, I have zero confidence, bro. I don't believe in this manager, and I don't feel like we've got the mentality nor the tactician to get us over the line. But all the deficiencies of Inter, they've got a top manager. We haven't got that. They've got a top manager. Let's be real. Inter's attack, yeah, isn't Champions League level. It's not. But they've got a top manager that actually knows how to set themselves up. We don't have that. We don't have a tactician. We don't have a bench. We don't have a manager that knows how to keep his cool under pressure. Dave's talking about dark arts, to do something in the Champions League. We can't even dark arts our way to do something in the Carabao Cup. So why should I? Come on, bro. Like, this is. I'm sorry, but I can't be.
And also, for me, the reason my confidence is so low on them, Dave, is because also, let's be clear. I would be more confident with Arsenal if Arsenal had a fit squad. If Arsenal had a fit squad, I would have said, you know what? PSV, yeah, they're going to beat PSV. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
But, bro, they've got so many injuries in key areas. Like, key players are out. Even if Saka comes back by the time they play PSV, Saka is just coming back from injury. You understand what I'm saying? You can't expect him to come in and just instantly have a 10 out of 10 or man of the match performance. And that's the problem. This Arsenal team is extremely depleted, and they're very low on confidence, right? And this manager has shown in Europe, bro, he can't get it done. He's been beaten by teams. Let's be clear. Every time I've seen Arsenal in Europe, they've lost to teams that on paper you were thinking, come on, they should be. Even last season, when you look at that Bayern team, I know you guys beat them and you struggled against them, but last season, that Bayern team was struggling in Europe and in their league. Right? Everyone was looking at it thinking, bro, if Arsenal took that game serious, if they didn't underestimate it, they could have easily beaten them. But they underestimated them in that first leg. That's why they drew that game. And you saw in that second leg, they only needed a goal, and that was it. Against Sporting, they should have beaten Sporting. Against Villarreal, if they took it serious, they would have beaten Villarreal. If they're taking it serious against Olympiacos, who they beat in that first leg, they would have gone through. But that's Arteta's record in Europe. So this PSV game, if record has proven anything to us under this manager, is that when they play teams like this PSV, where you're thinking, yeah, they should get the job done. They just underestimate him, and there you go. Surprisingly, they get surprisingly knocked out. So it would be a shock, but to me, it wouldn't be too much of a shock considering what I've seen from Arteta in Europe.
Yeah, I understand that. And I'm just going to go on the other side of the fence here and say that so when Arsenal play their really good stuff, which they haven't really shown this season, let's be honest, they're in contention because with Liverpool with the Premier League because just everybody else is just shit. Let's just be honest. Mm-hmm. The Premier League is in a very bad situation. Yeah, Chelsea have fallen off a cliff. Man United are nearly relegation fodder. Man City are absolutely dog trash. Tottenham are Tottenham. Yeah. And Liverpool are just Liverpool. That's what they're doing. They are keeping ahead of the game. And even when they've dropped points the last few games, they're still ahead somehow. So this is the situation of the Premier League. And La Liga this season is very competitive. Yeah. And even Bilbao is competitive in that manner with the fourth placing, you see? So Bilbao could shock any of the top three teams. And they've already beaten us. So this is the state of the Premier League, is when Arsenal are getting comfortable in the Premier League and trying to win maybe matches here and there, we're facing La Liga teams that could potentially upset us at any turn. Look at Leganes with Barcelona. Look at Bilbao with Real Madrid, you know? Yeah? Mm-hmm. Look at, obviously, there's so many instances, man, this season where there have been upsets.
Let's be real. Even in your last game, I know you drew against Osasuna, but I even said when I didn't
exactly that
preview, but if I did, you would have seen me actually predict that the weekend games, I see Real Madrid dropping points against Osasuna because Osasuna have been playing very well at home. They beat us this season. They were the ones who give us Hansi Flick's first L in La Liga this season,
exactly.
Right? And they battered us, absolutely battered us in that game. We had no chance against them. Atleti, they drew against Celta de Vigo. That was a surprise because Celta Vigo, but that's Atleti for you. They just drop points when you just least expect it. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly, and that's why, like you just mentioned, in the league it's different, but in Europe it's
the knockout competitions that Arsenal falter in. Let's be honest. Knockout competitions is not Arsenal's specialty. They may get, like we saw last year against Bayern, exactly the same situation. Yeah, they may get this, they may get that, but the situation stands that Arteta, when he goes into Champions League, he bottles it because he wants to try and play as defensive as possible when losing the natural flair that Arsenal have in attack. Yeah, they want to control the game. They want to try and control the game when their flair players are actually just neutralized, yeah, by whoever they're playing. Let's be honest. We saw it against Inter, whatever, yeah. They could have had 30, 40, 50, 60 crosses, 60 corners against Inter. They wouldn't have scored none of them, yeah. They could have played another literally 360 minutes. That's 4 games against Inter. They still wouldn't have scored, yeah. Because they lack the natural, that something extra when they turn up in European competitions, yeah? And that's why Arsenal have never, ever won a Champions League / European trophy, apart from obviously the Cup Winners' Cup, but that was a long time ago. But European Cup, essentially, yeah, ever in their history. Because if they favour the Premier League, they like league competition. They like the league because they have a chance to claw back points or do this or do that. Yeah, they can recover. When it's a 2-match game, you cannot recover after that first game. Yeah, if you get battered. Yeah, Real Madrid were losing against Man City in the first leg. Yeah, they scored 2 goals in crunch time. When it mattered the most, yeah? That gave them the advantage to go on. You saw Bellingham and you saw Mbappe laughing in the first game against Man City. You saw that. You see the image? Mbappe and Bellingham literally just looked at each other. They were like, that's what it is. They scored their second goal and they were like, okay, cool. Yeah? That is what Champions League is. They've been there. They've done it. They've seen it. They've worn the shirt over and over and over again. Yeah?
Yep.
And this is why Real Madrid, we won that time 3 Champions League in a row. Ancelotti came back, we won another Champions League. Yeah? And it's our bread and butter, the Champions League. We know it is. Like you said, Omar, in the beginning, when the music hits, the players get butterflies, they start cooking on a different level. Yeah? Arsenal, when they hear the music, they're thinking of their next siesta in fucking Dubai. That's what they're doing. Yeah? So that's the difference of an Arsenal. But Arsenal just need to take this in. Do you know what? Arsenal, the position they're in against Liverpool, if I was Arteta, I would throw all my eggs into the fucking Champions League. Most of them.
Ooh.
Yeah? I would throw all my eggs into the Champions League. They're not catching up Liverpool. They're not. You have to play Liverpool, Anfield. It's
You
done.
know what? I have to disagree with you, Dave, on that.
They need to throw all their bags. They have no more competitions left. Their season is finished.
I know. I hear you.
The Premier League, they cannot
you.
catch Liverpool, man. They need to
But
throw
that's the thing.
all their eggs
But here's
into
the thing.
Champions League.
The problem is, in the Champions League, as much as I hear you, but here's the thing. I think that right now, even if they put all their eggs in the Champions League basket, it's probably not going to be enough because there's too many strong teams in the Champions League right now.
You need the goals, though. Where are the goals coming from? It's all great talking about our defense, but where's the goals consistently coming from to win all the way to get to the final in the first place and then win it? Where are the goals?
And also, let's be clear. Also, Dave, you're talking about your luck. Madrid. If one thing we know about Madrid is you can't just have a good defense against them. In order to knock Madrid out, I've said it before, in order to knock Madrid out of the Champions League, you have to destroy them. Like genuine, you have to give them zero chance. Like there cannot be an inkling of a chance that they could potentially come back. You understand what I'm saying, right? You remember the year that City won the treble. When they played them in that second leg, bro, it was a destruction. And that's how they needed to beat Madrid. Yeah. They needed to give them a battering where you're like, all right, man, this match is over. This match is over. You understand what I'm saying, right? Even when we played you this season, we had to really open the gap so that we could.
Yeah,
we
Super
could
Cup
be like
final.
mentally,
Super Cup final was the one. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, so that mentally you can be like,
that could have been 7-8 by the way if it wasn't for the red card. Yeah,
but this is the thing. You saw when we were 5-1 up when Rodrigo scored the second. The guys, we were like, bro, we're not gonna score 3. Let's be real. If we try to go forward, they could potentially score a 6th. You understand what I'm saying? That's why you guys just packed it in. But in the Champions League, I've said it before. If it's a 1-0, a 2-1, something like that, bro. Unless the final whistle blows, do never underestimate this club. They can score 2 goals in 2 minutes at a time, out of nowhere. So that's the problem. So even if they have a good defense, Dave, right, and they play you guys, let's say they score early and their defense is 10 out of 10 in that game, right? Saliba and Gabriel absolutely killing it. Mbappe can't have a chance, bro. It doesn't matter.
Bro, he made a video saying already that they're going to win the Champions League. I don't know why.
I know. I know we are.
That's what I'm saying, Dave. 95th minute, you guys get a corner. But think about it this way. But here, think about it this way, Dave, right? Let's say in that game, they're 1-0 up in the second leg.
Because Dave can cook and then he can tag me in, and then I'll just swanton bomb them. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll cast out the whole club, bro.
I hear you.
I don't have no faith, bro. But both my teams.
But this is the thing. But this is the thing. It's very similar, Noah said, to the 2014 final when Real Madrid played Atleti, right? When Atleti scored early, and you were thinking, you know, they had a 10 out of 10 defensive performance in that game. Whole game, Madrid tried everything to break through that defense. They couldn't. But guess what, bro? One corner in the box in the 95th minute, and all the work you did for 90 minutes is done. That's the thing with this Madrid team. They can lock up Mbappe. They can lock up Vinicius. They can do all of that for 90 minutes. Guess what? If they get a corner, Rudiger is going to head it to the back of the net, and then out of nowhere, there you go. All your work is over.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the thing, bro. I've seen it with this club so much now where I'm like, bro, unless I hear the final whistle, I am not counting Madrid. Even when Haaland scored the goal.
Pretty much in Madrid, isn't it?
When Haaland scored, when it was 2-1, Dave, it was 88 minutes, 10 minutes to go. I sat there, I said, bro, you think I'm going to... How many years have you guys seen this? You guys really going to think... You guys think this game is over? And guess what, bro? 5 minutes later, it was 2-2. I'm like, bro, are you guys even shocked? Like, I can't even be shocked. Bro, I'm just sitting there like, There you go, man. I
Yeah.
can't even be shocked, man. Like, I've been so used to this now where I'm like, oh, whatever, man. It is what it is. And then you guys scored the winner. I was like, whatever, man. And
Yeah.
it's always in the Champions League for some reason, bro. You guys always know how to do this in the Champions League. I'm like, bro, I don't know why they do this, man. Like, why can't team just? That's why when they play Madrid and they score one, I'm like, bro, score another, please, man. Can you please score 3 goals?
Exactly.
That's the only way I
Who
can be
have
comfortable
you
with these
guys
guys.
got? Who have you guys got? Yeah, and I'm gonna ask each one of you before you wrap up. I'm gonna ask each one of you. Dave, you go first. Who have you got winning La Liga this season? Because it's extremely tight. I think Madrid and Barca are equal on points. You've got Atletico just behind by 1 point. Who's winning it this season?
I have to be honest with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It all comes down to the game against Barcelona. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. We have a string of games. Yes, we have to play Bilbao still. We've got Girona this weekend. I think we'll walk over them. Obviously, it depends how Real Madrid takes seriously the Copa del Rey. I don't know if we're going to play full strength for the semi-final. Depends, yeah? Because the only competition that Real Madrid don't take seriously is the Copa del Rey. That's the only competition we never take seriously. We never take it seriously. But it all comes down to that match against Barcelona. I'm telling you right now, 4 games to go. We're going to be neck and neck until then. Yeah? That's what's going to happen. And will Barcelona drop points like they have done just a couple of months ago where they just go on a string of really bad results? Maybe. Real Madrid have... Let me put it this way. This time now is a time that Real Madrid really turn up and they just start winning like 10 games in a row. That's what happens. Yeah? And Real Madrid just put like, oh, okay, cool. We'll just smoke this team, smoke this team, smoke this team, smoke this team. Yeah? That's what happens. And you saw the points gap last year, how it was. Obviously, Barcelona were a bit different. But we are like that. We just love to just smoke teams left, right, and centre in La Liga when it comes to the business end of the season, which is from now literally until the end. That game in Barcelona is going to be crunch time. Yeah? I would love to see Barcelona give us a guard of honour, but it's not going to happen. It's going to be neck and neck until the end. Yeah? And I said Real Madrid can potentially win the treble. I don't think that's going to happen now. I think our squad depth in midfield is great. Our squad depth up front is not that good. Yeah, it depends on how we play it. Defense, we're lacking still. Obviously, Rudiger's back. Thank F for that. Thank God for that, mate. Rudiger's back. Yeah, he came back for the second leg as man. I thought he was going to go on for a little bit longer out of action. But Rudiger, they forcing him back into the squad so early. I could see him doing his leg again. I think so. I think that could happen. If he's out, then it's a very tough call across all Champions League. But I never want to see fucking Vasquez play at right back ever again throughout the whole season. Yeah, this guy.
Oh, please, man, bring him back, man.
No, do not bring him back. Valverde is a guy, the right back. I tell you what, Valverde is so good at right back. He's such a
Valverde is just good at football, bro. This brother, right?
I said, yeah, that bloody Henry talks bollocks. Said that bloody Gravenberg is the most complete midfielder in the world.
Bro, no.
I think Valverde complete probably with Pedri, complete probably with Barella from Inter. I think those are the most complete midfielders in the world. Yeah, they know
Valverde,
what to do.
I've said it before. Dude, I love this guy, bro. And even though he's a Madridist, all right, I've said it before, bro. This guy, so underrated as a midfielder, bro. So underrated. This guy, bro, right? I keep telling him, like, bro, I watch Madrid every week, right? I've never left a game where I thought, yeah, Federico Valverde was probably the worst player on the pitch or the worst player in that
He's been the most consistent player the whole season.
Consistent. 7 out of 10 bare minimum every game.
Every match, yeah.
Every game.
That's what Valverde does.
And that's the thing. You played him on right back in the last game. He absolutely killed it there too. I'm like, yo, this guy is just a good footballer in general. He's just one of those guys. You could even put him on centre back. He'll probably do a job in there as well. He's ridiculous. Yeah. Amazing player. But yeah, listen, for sure. For me, Valverde along with Pedri, for me, are the two. For me, the most complete midfield. I've said it before. When people always ask me about the comparisons between our midfields, I always say people try to do the Pedri Bellingham comparison. I'm like, bro, they are not the same. The only player in your midfield who I compare Pedri to is Valverde because they're similar in the way they play. You understand what I'm saying, right? You see Pedri. Pedri is not getting the goals or an assist, but guess what? He is the orchestrator. That's why some in games, listen, he's been getting man of the match performances without getting goals and assists.
That's why I said
because everything runs through him.
That's why I said he's one of the most complete midfielders in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as Valverde, same as like Barella, because they do things that go unnoticed, but they just have consistent.
But you notice it when they're not in the team.
Yeah, you know.
But that's the thing.
Exactly.
They're one of the players who you don't see what they do, but when they're not on the pitch, you actually notice that something is different in the midfield.
Exactly.
And it's always them.
Who have you got winning La Liga?
Yeah, go on, mate.
Good Lord!
I didn't even mention it. I honestly think that Real Madrid would just pivot. I've got to be honest. Yeah, I think Real Madrid these games will just go on a 10-game just wins, just like every single win, and then until they face Barcelona, and that'll be a tough one. I think we'll just win every single game from now on.
You see, and this guy trying to tell me until he runs into Arsenal in the Arsenal game. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Yeah, all right then. All right then. What are you saying? You can't sit on the fence. Unbiased, just your honest opinion. Unbiased.
Okay, so we're playing Atleti in later on. I think this next month. Away at the Metropolitano. I mean, we have a good record there, but bro, they've beaten us this season so far. So I am not going to that game thinking any result would count. But here's the thing.
I just want to interject one thing, just one thing, just one thing before obviously you carry on. Sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead.
Do you know the way that that Tottenham Arsenal fans were wishing that bloody Tottenham beat Man City last season? Yeah, I'm not like that. Yeah. I look at this match, Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. Yeah, I'm not wishing that Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona.
Yeah, you just hope for a draw or something.
I don't hope for anything. I don't hope for anything. If Real Madrid didn't string up the results to win La Liga, they were simply not good enough. Barcelona fans act the same. Atletico Madrid fans act the same. Yeah? If we don't, I will never see Atletico Madrid fan supporting Real Madrid. We would get absolutely crucified. Yeah? Real Madrid fans supporting Atletico Madrid. Yeah, if it was the other way around, Atletico Madrid were on top and they were playing, and I would. What kind of fan, a Real Madrid fan, am I going to be if I support Barcelona ahead to beat Atletico Madrid? Come on, bro. If we don't produce the results to win La Liga, then we were simply not good enough across the season. That's it. That's all I got to say, because I can't stand this thing where I'm supporting a team or supporting a draw or supporting this. Look at the string of results in La Liga we've just had recently. Absolutely shambolic. Yeah?
Yep.
We've lost our gap. Yeah? We've lost that momentum that we had. Yeah? We weren't good enough to win. We were simply not good enough. That is it. Finished. End of story. I'm not going to support Atletico Madrid to beat Barcelona. I'm not going to support Barcelona ever to beat Atletico Madrid. Sod that shit. End of story, yeah? Because that is just pussying out, hoping and hoping and praying.
Nah, that's the thing. People don't get it, man. We don't do that. Bro, when Atleti and Real Madrid are going for the league, you think I'm sitting there hoping I'm like, oh, yeah, to be fair, listen, for Dave it's different, because Dave, we're the eternal rivals.
It's two rivals, it's different.
And and Real Atleti are like their city rivals. Whereas with me, I don't really care much about Atleti as much as I hate Madrid. I don't like Atleti, don't get it twisted, but I don't really have that hate for them. So I'm just if they win it, I can deal with them winning it than Madrid winning it. You understand what I'm saying? Doesn't mean I'm gonna like it, but I can deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? I can be like, whatever. You know what I mean, right? But with Madrid, when they win, I'm just like, nah, man. I never want to see these guys win. I never want to just it ruins my. But when they won the double last season, bro, it completely ruined my summer, bro. Hated it. Like I had to deal with Madrid fans.
Are you going to win La Liga then this season?
Look, let me just finish my point. Atleti, we're playing them. We're playing Real Madrid at the end of the season. Here's the thing: if you watch our game this past weekend or the weekend before, I hoped for a draw against you when you guys played each other. Atleti versus Real Madrid. I got what I wanted. This weekend, I got what I wanted, and we are now back in the title race.
You played shit, by the way.
But that's the thing, and we need to talk about this. This is why, Northside, when you ask me this, I need to go into depth. the Rayo Vallecano, bro. We struggled against Rayo Vallecano at home. You understand what I'm saying? I'm seeing the patterns that I saw last year before we went on like that terrible run where we let you guys back into the title race. I'm seeing those same performances again. I'm like, yo, I don't like these performances. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time before we drop points if we continue playing like this. Figure it out. Figure it out and figure it out soon, because right now, every week, the table is going to change, Dave. Every week. We're playing, guess what? Valencia play Atleti. We're playing Las Palmas away. We draw that game and they draw their game, you're back in the top. We draw a game, you guys draw and Atleti win, they go top. So every week, the table is changing. So I'm going to listen, as a Barca fan, I'm always going to come in here. I'm going to say, listen, at the end, I'm always going to back my team. But we need to change. We need to make sure we're going around, because I know the Atleti game is going to be hard. But after the Atleti game, I expect us to go on a run as well. Just like Madrid, if we can leave that stadium without something, let's say a point, maybe Madrid might gain ground. Madrid could drop points too.
Yeah, we've got a string of really good home games though. Yeah. We've got a string of really good home games. We've got Leganes at home, we'll batter them. Yeah. We got Valencia at home, we'll touch them up. Yeah. We got Bilbao at home, which is probably the only tough game I can see at home. The only games that I can see that we actually could stifle our title chances is Getafe away, because it's a Madrid derby essentially. Yeah. And then I could see probably Sevilla last game of the season. I don't know how they will turn up on that one. Depends on the situation. If it's the last game of the season and it's like neck and neck, and we'll see what happens there. And then maybe Alaves away could be a tough one. But apart from that, obviously we have Betis soon away. So apart from that, I don't know. Like, there's so many games that you can't call. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But that game at the Camp Nou, I tell you, that's a decider. It's the decider. I've got to be honest. It's the decider to see what happens in La Liga, yeah? Because at that time, we're going to be neck and neck. Trust and mark my words.
Bro, it would be so sick.
We'll be neck and neck. We'll be neck and neck.
Great season, Dave. This season could be one of the best seasons. Because you know why? No side. You could potentially see a title race between Barca and Madrid go to the final day, and potentially see a Champions League final between Barca and Madrid. And if that happens, bro...
Copa del Rey as well.
Oh, good. Copa del Rey. Imagine we play you guys in the Copa del Rey final, Champions League final, and go final day against Real Madrid. Oh, my days, bro. We could potentially see a treble for either Barca or Madrid at the end of the season.
And you know what? It's
and it would be the worst treble for either team, for both of us, because you would have to beat us in the Copa del Rey and beat us in the Champions League final and beat us in the league. And then... at the same time, we could also beat you guys in the league, the Copa del Rey, and the Champions Final, bro. Oh my days! This summer,
I'm not going to be stressed.
I will be.
I will be, but don't worry. Yeah, Arsenal have got Liverpool away at Anfield.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up this show now. Big up to Omar and Dave for jumping on. You know what I'm saying? Omar, you shout out your thing.
I'm actually going to be going live in like 6 minutes on my channel. I'm going to be doing the reaction to Champions League draw, a Barcelona news roundup. Big up to you for always having me on. Always happy to be doing these shows, and happy to finally be doing a show with Dave. Like, I'm actually someone who's been watching your stuff recently a lot of time.
Thank you.
But yeah, man, appreciate you for always having me. And yeah, man, listen. If Madrid lose to Arsenal, bro, I promise you, Northside, we will be here for the cooking, bro. The thumbnails. Listen, man, I don't care, bro. The season that you're having, if you can.
Don't worry, I'll thumbnail myself, mate. I'll thumbnail myself.
Yo, you better, bro. We need to see those thumbnails. Those thumbnails are gonna be cooking, man. But listen, it's gonna be great, bro. This season is shaping up. I didn't expect this season, but this season is shaping up to be one of the most memorable seasons in probably my lifetime, bro. I'm not even kidding.
It's the best Champions League I've seen. It's the best Copa del Rey semi-finals I've seen.
When was the last time, Dave, we ever had a three-horse race in the When was the last time this happened?
A long time ago.
I think 2014 is probably the last time, because you guys were in the title race until you kind of fell off it because you guys were doing well in the Champions League and you focused on it. But yeah, this is probably the first time.
We really need to just focus. We just need to focus and do our thing, because if Real Madrid do their thing, then they could win all of it. But we don't like to favor the Copa del Rey. We just don't. That's it. It's not one of our priorities. I don't know why, but it's never been. So you've seen the amount of Copa del Reys we won. Nowhere near Barcelona's. Nowhere near. Yeah. So obviously La Liga's our competition. Champions League's our competition. And yeah, we just got to hope for the best. That's all. But yeah, mate. Absolutely, and maybe we'll start a little show together, mate. Maybe we'll a La Liga post match thing. Just drop obviously your number, and then we'll link up, mate.
I got you, man. I'll do that right now.
Yeah.
But appreciate you for having me,
man. You didn't even shout your thing, man. Let them know.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry. Well, this weekend, obviously, is the first time that in 26 years that I'm going to the Bernabeu. 26 years, people. The last time I went, I was 6 years old. Yeah, I had my Kelme Teca Real Madrid kit with Raúl on the back. Obviously, I'm an old bloody Donny. That's what I am. Yeah, I'm an old school Real Madrid fan, and yeah, first time in 26 years. It's going to be absolutely momentous. I get to watch the Girona match, and then this weekend, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a video on why I actually started supporting Real Madrid, the whole shebang, yeah? And make sure you stay tuned for it because it's going to be very, very good, yeah? I'm going to make it cinematic, whatever. I'm going to go back to the Bernabeu tomorrow. It's sunny in Madrid, so whatever. And then after that, the day after, obviously the game time, yeah? We're going to do a Matchday Vibes live stream from my phone with fans outside the stadium. Yeah, I need to see how the internet holds up, obviously, with all the fans outside. I don't know how it's going to work, but we'll see. Yeah. And then I'm going to be asking fans outside the stadium pre-game what they're thinking. Yeah. It's going to be about 3 hours before, so make sure you tune in for that. And obviously, the fan comes after. Yeah. I'm just looking for 5 people. That's all. I only want 5 people to appear on my channel. Yeah, to do fan cams after. I want a Ty-esque person. I want a Claude-esque person. Yeah, I want somebody that's like Liga. I want somebody that's like Northside, and I want somebody like that's like Troops. Yeah, those 5 will be great for me. Yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I want an old school balls from Madrid, mate. Somebody like 60 in their 70s, mate. Yeah, that's gonna absolutely cook the team, mate. If they don't perform, bro. Maybe I get my great uncle to do it instead. Yeah, he probably got to the game. He's about 80. Yeah, he's about 80. But yeah, we'll see anyway. So I'm just I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward. If I don't find anybody, don't worry. I'm still bringing you my fan cam outside the bloody stadium, and we're gonna do this properly. Honestly, I didn't move to Madrid for no entire reason. I moved to Madrid because the channel has grown quite quickly, and I can work remotely. I'm doing my thing, so I moved here. I want to bring English-speaking content for Madrid fans all around the world, and that's the whole purpose. And if Omar, you ever get to the opportunity, do the same and move to Barcelona, bruv.
Bro, that's the plan, bro. I'm trying to do that as a resolution, like in 2025. I'm trying to see if I can, go to Barcelona. At least go watch a game. Like the dream is to watch El Clasico, bro, at the Camp Nou next season.
Yeah.
Or this season, right? Any season, but dude, if that would be a dream. And listen, man, if you who knows, man? If I do go to Spain and you're around, we'll definitely link up, me, you, and Lee.
Absolutely.
That would be absolutely fine.
Yeah,
but,
man like Gunner, mate. Enjoying his life, mate. Enjoying his life, bro.
for sure. But
it's crazy, man. Do you know what? And I'm gonna say this before. Obviously, Northside probably got to bounce, but Madrid is such an amazing city. Yeah, I've been just here 3 days, and I can already see why it's miles better than London. It's not the weather. It's not only just all about that. Yeah, it's just an immaculate city. Everything's clean. Everything's organized. There's no nonsense. Whatever. The trains are on time. Like, I can see why Madrid is better than London already. Yeah.
That's why players move there every time, bro. It's not just because of the prestige.
I don't understand. I don't understand why people want to live in that shithole of a country. I swear down, bro. Yeah, I don't understand it. But anyway, we move. That's another subject. Yeah, and yeah, that's mad. Yeah, but tomorrow, yeah, keep tuned. Madrid, why I started supporting them. I'm gonna do another video dropping as well on Like, for example, I started this series at the beginning of the season where I started highlighting key players of the team and young players that could come through. Then I'm going to do a video on Asensio outside of Bernabeu, and saying why he is our next star player. Yeah, Asensio.
That guy is good. Listen, if he can beat the
Chargers,
issues that he's having
Yeah,
to Chargers,
exactly.
he will definitely be important. But
Yeah.
man, like I said, no, sir, always appreciate you for always having me on. Happy to finally be doing a show with you like this, and
Same.
appreciate you. But also, Dave, just put your also put your number like on the private, and I'll take it. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys who are always here. Always constantly showing love to Northside every single time. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe. But yeah, man, listen, as far as Barca is concerned, I've already dropped the match preview to the Las Palmas game. It's already out, guys. So you guys will already have seen it if you guys are subscribed to my channel. I'm actually going live, like literally after this show, guys. I will be on my channel. I'm doing a show with Kule's podcast, who's one of my Barcelona friends, like two of my Barca friends. We're going to be talking about the Champions League draw and our chances of winning it. And also, watch along tomorrow, man. Very, very likely you guys are going to see a match. Watch along tomorrow of Barcelona versus Las Palmas. And, bro, we better win. I'm telling you now, I'm not even saying, bro, draw, none of this stuff. Go out there. Let's go out there and get the W against Las Palmas. Because if we don't win, I can promise you Madrid are beating Girona. Don't even get any ideas. Madrid are beating Girona, okay? This is like it's very similar to like how last week we were the last team to play, right? Madrid and Atleti, they lost their game. They didn't win. We knew what time it was, and we made it very difficult for ourselves, but we got the win. But man, I'm kind of stressed. I'm stressed out because we've already lost to Las Palmas this season so far, and any drop points is gonna be dangerous for us. That's what worries me, but. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Process, man. It's just the process. You'll be fine, man. Listen.
Oh no, sir. I do not trust the. Unfortunately, bro, we don't trust the process in Spain, bro. It's win now or bust. Like ask my guy Dave. Dave won Ancelotti's head at the start of the season.
I did. Yeah, sorry. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you know, for someone like me, that's normal. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's like people always look at it. When they look at like Madrid and Barca fans, the thing is they look at us and they're like, oh, these guys, they're not appreciative. Then Ancelotti just win the Champions. I'm like, there's a reason why you guys support the teams you support and we support the teams we support. There's a reason why our clubs win more trophies than your clubs. There's a reason why our clubs, no matter what they always say, oh, your team is finished, or your squad is no longer the same, or you guys are finished, you guys are no longer the same. We're always there, challenging for leagues, winning for leagues, challenging for Europe, winning European trophies. Why? Because our expectations never drop. We refuse to. Bro, I've said it before. Madrid, whether you like it or not, our club royalty. Do you know the history of this club? Of course they're gonna be arrogant, bro. If you think you're gonna win every season,
and Dave, the both of you, you know what I mean, making me feel better on a Friday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
you guys are always here. You know what I mean? Every time I need a boost. You know what I mean? So thank you.
30 million down the drain. Marino scores again. I mean, 30 million.
Filo da puta on this channel, you know. I don't care who you are, I'll kick you out the channel, bro. What are you doing?
Don't do that, man. Come on, man. Hey, no, we don't do phases, man. No phases in Barcelona.
Dave needed a timeout. I hope now Dave understands in this channel you're not allowed to sing that song.
Don't do that, man. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as I said, make sure you like and subscribe to Dave, even though he's acting like a pagan. Make sure you subscribe to Omar as well. Big up. Make sure you're subscribing to the Madden. You know what I mean? Good guys. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. It's easy. The link is in the title. Come on, just support the Madden, man. You know what I'm saying? Support the Madden. Make sure you like and subscribe. We are going to redirect to Omar since he's going live. We're going to redirect to Omar. He's going to go live straight after we end the show. So big up, man. End the stream, Dave. Link is in the title. Omar BYT, link is in the title as well. Big up to everyone, and we'll talk tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? If we lose against West Ham, it's going to be a long weekend. We're out.